I died today. A 70 to 100 mg DMT trip report, posted to the DMT subreddit by Physics 4 years ago. The past few weeks of my life have been leading up to this very moment I met Dimitri yesterday afternoon. It all started with an acid trip involving close friends, dabs and nitrous oxide. These combinations somehow allowed us to accidentally access the astral plane, or the DMT realm, conscious stream, whatever you want to call it. All of these trips just lead to the same place. This place. I've been researching and studying DMT for years now, and I never assumed the day would actually come that I had any. It started when our friendly onion farm delivered my order of very pure onions. I'm talking bright yellow. The listing said 90 to 95% pure, washed once for cleanliness. The smell of mothballs became overly stimulating as soon as the package was opened fully. The most accurate way I can describe the smell of smoked DMT is literally a burning grandpa. Using our shitty little weed scale, we attempted to shakily weigh out the first dose, my dose. But the scale was not as touchy as we expected, so the real dose I and my two friends took is really unknown. Factoring into the melted DMT left in the banger after each of our hits, only caused the next person in line to get higher and higher doses. We didn't put much thought into the dosage, because my thinking was this: if I'm gonna do it, I might as well fucking do it. And that's precisely what I did. With music on, and two good friends watching me, they fed me my whole dose in one go. I held it all in, laid back, and let it happen. And I'm being entirely honest when I say that those first few minutes were absolutely bone-chillingly terrifying. While I was quick to let go, and actually break free from prior experience in different trips, meditation, and astral projection, the lead up to this was far too much. I've never felt a more pure fear before the rush of every emotion, human and non-human, being pumped into my mind. I knew that what I was feeling was death, in all certainty. It felt only like my emotional ceiling or cap was reached. And then, it shattered through the top and exploded. And that is when I became the universe itself. I saw my whole life flash before my eyes. I saw geometric patterns so large my eyes couldn't fathom them. And I felt the presence the whole trip of entities that my brain interpreted as the people closest to me in my life. It left me with a strong sense of love and belongingness for the whole experience. And before it even really started, it was over. But without a doubt in my mind, I know that I broke through, and I've taken many, many lessons from the experience. You, reading this right now, is simply the universe experiencing itself. There is no God in the sense of Christianity, but rather a collection of infinite gods. These gods are simply other souls just like yours, that have reached the end of their reincarnative process and have permanently ascended to the greater picture. All religions have the right grounds and main ideas. They're just interpreted differently by different cultures and walks of life. For real though, research the similarities between all existing religions. They are far more plentiful than you can imagine. These almighty powerful beings that you meet are the same genetic structure as you and me. Humans are a race with amnesia, in the sense that all of this knowledge is deep within you. It's not to be found in other places of consciousness or through intense research, but those things can get you really close to the big idea, as I've learned. But it's found truly when you deeply know yourself, for a lack of better words. I always had a hunch on my purpose in life, but now it couldn't be more clear. My soul is on this earth, in this reality, for me to channel my inner knowledge and spirituality, if you will, into a form of expression to teach, heal, and inspire others that are on the same path as me. When you finally break through, you are shown that the universe's events are as predetermined as the sun rising tomorrow morning. Once you fully realise this, it really changes your view on life for the best. Finally, I feel like a complete person. I don't know if this is the last and only time I'll try DMT, because I feel like I got all the answers I needed. But I would love to hear anyone's thoughts or experiences and just talk about life, the universe, everything. Because they are all one and the same, and I can promise that. That was a fantastic, short but sweet DMT trip report. 100 milligrams is a lot of DMT if you didn't know. So it's no wonder this guy had an extremely ineffable mystical experience in the vein of understanding the infinity of the universe. But he actually went a step further in something that I've not seen in many reports, really. This is like the next level of understanding the complexity and depth of what is really going on with life, the universe and everything, and the concept of the infinity of God itself. We've talked about the infinity of reality before, the infinity of the universe and its nature, because I think most of you who've been watching for long enough will have probably realised, or even realised in your own direct experience through psychedelic use, meditation, etc., that reality is infinite. It's unbound. It's completely limitless. It goes on forever, and it's always been here, and always has been. It created itself. It is itself. That is what source is. But just when you think it can't get any deeper, it does. Because the nature of God, the infinity itself, is literally infinite. So there are literally infinite gods experiencing infinite dreams. And this is just the next level of awakening that you can get to with psychedelics. This is very, very hard to experience just from a few trips on mushrooms or DMT. This often takes many, many, many years of spiritual psychedelic practice. Or for this guy, this guy did have a lot of background in sort of astral projection, meditation, and obviously understands a lot of the connections that exist within the human reality, the human culture, like all the connections between religions. So he obviously had a good basis for understanding it. Also, please understand that this isn't me encouraging you to take 70 to 100 milligrams of DMT as your first time especially, but even at any point soon. I mean, this takes, realistically, to go about this safely, this takes years of practice and understanding yourself and contemplating reality deeper and deeper to properly process the experience. So just take it slow and steady. I cannot reiterate that point enough. I know I probably sound like a broken record sometime doing these commentaries, but it really is important, and you have to understand that I do have an audience that are sort of in the dark about psychedelics, and some people will be like, oh well, I'm just going to do a massive dose and experience God and the extents of mysticism in its entirety, and it's like, nah, please just take everything slow. Practice makes perfect, and like this guy said, the initial build up to this was the most terrifying thing he's ever experienced. You might think in your mind like, oh, I'll be able to hack it, it'll be alright, it doesn't matter because it'll be love at the other end. You just don't know how your ego will react to it. It's better to just be safe. It's better to just take things slowly. You've got your whole life to go through all of this and experience the endless profundity of consciousness. So yeah, just be careful. Sorry for hammering the point home, but I just don't want people to mess up their lives, because it's so obvious that these psychedelics are one of the possibly the greatest answer that humans have right now to understanding what is actually going on with the universe, what is God, what is life, what is reality, what is consciousness, what am I, what are you, what is everything. And yeah, the next level that we're going to be talking about in the future is this concept of the infinity of gods, because a lot of the reports say, oh, they realize God itself sort of like singular, but for God to be truly infinite, there has to be infinite versions of them that go on for literally forever. So it's pretty fucking crazy, but that's all part of the beauty of life, the crazy, ineffable mystery of it, isn't it? And the rabbit hole just seems to go on deeper and deeper with no end, which is truly terrifying in the most beautiful way. So hope you enjoyed this report, Psychonauts, and I'll see you in the next one. Please leave some comments. What do you think of this experience? Do you think it had any validity to it? Was he just chatting shit? I know you guys like to debate about that, and I love reading it. No matter what anyone's perspective is, everything's valid and it all has some use. So, yep. Let's be having you, boys.